Grand Rising. Welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers podcast video cast known as Rise Up Breathwork. Of course, I'm here with Matt Thomson, who has set up his beautiful Himalayan singing bowls and Tibetan singing bowls and crystal singing bowls. And I'd like to thank our guests today for coming in and raising the vibration with us and taking a minute to breathe, because God knows if we all did this, the world might be a little bit of a better place. Just a few quick morning announcements. I just wanted to remind everybody that this Friday night, we're having our first astrology night. So we have Jenna coming down from Frequency Astrology all the way from Lyman, Maine, which is actually the town I grew up in. And she is going to come down. We're going to talk about natal charts, the 12 zodiac signs, kind of like the map for your soul, like, you know, if you know the time and place that you were born, if you don't know, look into that. Ask your mama what time you were born, and because that actually does matter. On Saturday at high noon, we have DJ Glowworm, Marianne, coming down to take to the altar. She's one of the Elements DJs who you would find at the Phoenix Landing. You can find her at Capo in South Boston. Marianne's always a great time. And just a reminder that our Saturday service is open to children. It's open to the public. Part of the intention for my husband and I is to pass on our love and passion for vinyl records, music, and dancing onto the next generation, as our church is just community glue. This is just a way for us to come together as a community, ask each other, how was your week? Have a cup of coffee, let the kids blow off some steam. There's also a library about 3 blocks away and a nice park. So if you kids wanted to go entertain themselves, they could do that too if you need a minute. And I wanted to remind everybody that we have the book club event up. October 27th is going to be our first Sunday coming back together to discuss the yamas and niyamas, which we got about halfway through last season, and then we kind of ran out of steam because the weather got nice and people wanted to do other things besides the book club. But now people want to do the book club, so it's coming back in October. Let's see, any other announcements? Oh, Matt's going to be doing his midweek reset this Wednesday at 6:30, which is also all ages. So if you have particularly like teens or tweens that are, you know, getting into the school year, maybe looking for some outlets or new modalities for, you know, relieving stress and, you know, connecting that might be pharmaceutical free, because I know the doctors are just offering up a lot of medication to a lot of kids at a younger age. So we are the alternative to that. I kind of wish I knew about breath work and sound healing when I was a teenager to help manage my ADHD. But I know now, and knowing is half the battle, right? So never too late to start. That's what I would say. So Matt, I am experiencing some congestion. As you know, we had an amazing ceremony this weekend as the People's Congregation married Stan and Kathleen. Joe Brown did such an awesome job as the Reverend. And so if you are looking for a member of clergy in the state of Massachusetts, we have several high priestesses and, you know, men to choose from for your next ceremony, whether that's a funeral, a wedding, baptismal ceremony, exorcism. So it was a really great weekend. We've had no sleep life though, like really going from thing to thing and, you know, holding it together. So I'm sure that's why I'm slightly run down. So thank you so much, Matt, for taking this time for us to slow down and, you know, breathe.
Yeah.
And you have a plan for us today, I heard. A bit of a plan?
Yeah, a little bit. So I'll just invite everyone just to find like a comfortable space if you want to lay down, if you want to stay seated. One other reminder, tomorrow is Anna's also yoga at 1 o'clock.
Yes. Right here at 63 Washington Street.
And so I'm just gonna offer like a little oil to the friends that are here today, just to help kind of breathe into it, to drop in as you're settling into your space, and just to help you maybe just discover like just feeling using the senses and just kind of like bringing self into the body a little bit more and maybe away from life and what's going on with that journey. Would you like some? I just invite you just to close your eyes and just to kind of feel and just smell, bring in the senses, and just allowing for the intention here just to help drop you in to self a little bit. forward.
Sit up.
No, you can do that. Just that intention of just helping to drop into yourself. Close the body. Would you like that? That intention is for helping to drop into self. Letting go. Everything around us. And as you're settling into your space, just an invitation for you to listen to the body. Listen to how the body would like to breathe you in this moment. And bring our awareness to how the body would like to breathe. And consciously becoming aware and feeling into the breath. And just take a moment to settle into your space. And as you're settling into your breath, maybe just taking notice and scanning your body. Breathing into the areas that may feel light and expansive, and breathing that out around you. Maybe breathing into spaces that might be a little bit heavier, and bringing some softness to that space on the out breath. Breathing into it and feeling whatever is alive within that part of you. Part of this is to allow for using the breath to start feeling, to begin feeling into the body, maybe not becoming tired, but relaxed, not into a sleep state, but into a more state of aliveness, feeling the cells become more alive. Maybe begin breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. And maybe inviting in an extension of the exhale, possibly even blowing and letting out all the oxygen as much as possible on that exhale, deepening that sense of relaxation. If you want to really get rid of the oxygen, another invitation is to push the belly button back towards the spine on that exhale. And just fall into this breath for a moment. Maybe finish scanning if you are still working on that. You can stay with certain areas a little bit longer if you need more softening. Or maybe imagining breathing, drawing the air up from the soles of the feet, maybe asking to connect energetically with life roots that are beneath this building, to connect energetically, to draw that energy up through the soles of the feet, to the tailbone of the spine, and drawing the energy up through the spine to the crown, and then exhaling back down through the spine and back to the earth. Can I feel a little bit more balanced when I do this with intention? And as we're dropping in, maybe becoming a little bit lighter. Maybe inviting in just the sensation of feeling the ground and connecting that to the body. Feeling the clothes on your skin, hair touching shoulders, blankets. And just inviting in the sensation of feeling the outside world and bringing that in and bringing it into one sensation, no definition. And then maybe exploring just feeling a flow of energy and becoming energy. Another invitation, if you're feeling it, might be to breathe with your body as a whole, meaning that every single pore in the skin, every cell is like a mouth or a nose, and to feel the energy breathing in with the body as a whole and exhaling into the bubble around us. And then as we're relaxed, maybe feeling a little bit lighter, sensations of softness, sensations of maybe floating a little bit, not particularly laying down on any surface, but kind of moving away, stepping away from the physical aspects of who we are and breathing into that energetic space within us and around us, and recognizing and feeling into the energy of who you are. And just an invitation for a slightly activating breath that we bring in for about 6 minutes. And the invitation for you is to, if you would like to breathe through the nose and keep it less activating, you may do it through the nose. If you would like to bring in mouth breathing for the inhale and exhale, that'll be a little bit more activating for you. And so this invitation is to breathe into the stomach and then pulling up into the chest, into the heart space, and then dropping the exhale. And so we're going to shorten the exhale. And so we don't want to have a full exhale like we did in the beginning. So it's something like this. So it's almost like a double inhale, because when we pull up into the chest and expand the heart space, it's kind of like a second inhale. And just taking a moment to find this breath. Maybe even offering a connection between the heart and the crown for this. And just allowing for that space to be of the heart and to be able to receive. I'm just inviting in this breath for a few minutes. And just finding the rhythm of it for a moment. And as you're falling into this pattern, an invitation to ask maybe, what bus are you riding on today? Where have you been this week or today? Are we on that bus of struggle, the struggle bus? And so what I'm going to invite in during this activating piece right now is, how are you listening to yourself? Am I really listening to my speech that I speak within my own mind and out loud? Can I recognize how these words can transform my energy? Am I showing myself self-respect through my language? And so what I'm going to invite in for a few minutes here is to just kind of like go through the last 24 hours or this morning or this weekend. And if there's anything in particular, that a rabbit hole of energy that you've been falling and dropping into, that might be an energy of heaviness, sadness, and where we're allowing for ourselves to stay there, maybe to bring back that situation or situations. And as you're breathing into it, maybe ask for guidance on a new way or a new choice of words, and allowing for that to come up. So we'll just feel into the situation for a moment and then ask for guidance and help with, how might I create a new language, new words to bring in so that I don't fall into that emotional body, that emotional state of lowering the vibration. And so just staying with that for a moment. what if I was to start changing the language of how I speak to myself in situations that might be a little heavy or unsettling? Remember that this sound that you're hearing now is no different than the words that you speak, because it is the vibration and energy that we create within ourselves. And then dropping the breath, inviting in one little breath hold. So just a nice deep inhale all the way in, up to the crown, filling the belly. And then you're just going to hold it for what is ever comfortable for you, letting it out. And after the exhale, as you exhale, to drop into how are you feeling now. And then just returning to a natural breath, maybe a nose breath, or whatever the body might be asking for. Or if you would like to keep it slightly more activated, you can invite that in. And then we can allow here for a minute to let's bring in another tool that if you're used to me, you know this is one of my favorites. And even if you're still feeling a little bit heavy now, what if you were to smile, rise up the corner of your lips, and an invitation here to just breathe into the smile and discover for yourself, what is this energy? What is a smile? How does it feel within your system? Isn't it possible for me to smile maybe when I'm feeling a little bit heavy, or maybe not speaking kindly to myself? What if I was to bring in this energy of the smile to meet a heavier energy? Could it help as you're moving through your day to maybe not fall into that rabbit hole of sadness or depression or questioning yourself? What if it were to help bring in an energy of a higher vibration. Maybe bringing in a little guidance into changing our vocabulary and how we're speaking in that moment. Maybe even imagining like how a mother or a father or a parent or a grandparent might speak to an infant or a baby. And the joy of speech when we're trying to create a reaction, a beautiful reaction from an infant who doesn't understand what we're saying. It's just all it understands is the vibration of your words. That's it. It's that simple. So maybe to invite in, create some words as you're feeling this energy and recreating how you might speak to yourself. And finding those beautiful words to create a higher vibration. So that maybe we can see more clearly a pathway that we're being led to. What if we were to speak to ourselves in that way we may speak to infants, to create that smile, that glow in the eyes that they have when they look at you? What if we could create that within our own system? We know that part of the magic of breathing, consciously breathing, is to help bring softness to our system. What if we were to discover that maybe words could also help with that? So bring softness to our system, our energies. And then just to energetically breathe into, maybe at this point bringing back in, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Gently maybe bringing yourself back to feeling the floor that you lay upon. Bringing back awareness to the space that you are in. And as you're, isn't it possible to feel the flow of energy even as we change our moment? How is the energy flowing with you as you transition, bringing yourself back into this space? Maybe even gently moving or yawning or moving the neck. And as you move forward with this day, isn't it possible to maybe feel a little bit more into the energy of everything that we say to others and to self? Can we create more of a flow? And maybe even this feeling that you have now as you shift back into your ever-changing moments throughout this day. And then just gently bringing yourself back in your own time. We do have some guests in the house, so I'll open this up as well to any comments, feelings, questions, or if anyone just would like to express anything. If you're online and listening to this, we have a few viewers. You can feel free to type in anything or statements or questions that you might have. I put it on it already. How was that for you today?
Oh, that was great. I definitely got some stuff moving. But yeah, there's a great artist named Dub Effects, and he has a band or an album called Every Think is a Ripple. Mm. And like, I just love that because it's like, you know, your thoughts create a vibration, your words, your actions, obviously, but it all does start with your mind, and we can change our mind. It's hard to do sometimes, but yeah, when we ruminate, when we live in the past, when we're not, you know, feeling, up for the challenge, you know, this is why we do these practices, right? It's to try to get us back into like a different mindset. So yeah, for me today, that was just, you know, super relaxing. I had all the tingles up my spine, and I did feel like a physical release in my sinuses, which is always good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, this is just, the time always goes by so fast. Like, I can't believe that was just like 30 minutes already. Mm-hmm. So crazy.
Yeah, it goes by quick.
It does. It goes by quick when you actually like pause, which is really nice. Yeah. Thank you again to our guests that came today. Does anybody have any thoughts that they'd like to share, or no pressure?
Thank you.
Awesome. I know a lot of us have been going through it. It's a pretty wild world that we live in right now. So, you know, Matt, thank you for everything that you're bringing to the community. And Matt does one-on-one sessions over at our other location in Hingham, where we do have an infrared sauna, and we have the amazing Cadillac of massage chairs. So thank you to our members. At the bargain price of $25 a month, you support our ability to create these podcasts. You help support the space, help buy the toilet paper, and fill the soda machine. So one benefit of membership is that you are able to book out the infrared sauna room for 90 minutes for the bargain price of $20 for one session, or if you buy a 12-pack, it brings it down to $10. So for $10, you have this 90-minute place of peace where you can bring up to 2 guests. It's technically a 3-person sauna. I feel a little bit more comfortable with one other person in there, but you can rotate. You can have one person in the chair, 2 people in the sauna. And it's such a lovely gift for those in our community. Like, I know it's like the best date night. You know, like it's just so cool. It's like we don't have to really spend any money. And like the other thing I like about it is, like, normally if you go to a sauna, you're around, you know, strangers and other people who are kind of shedding off, like, you know, not just their body fluids, but their thoughts and their, you know, energy. And so I love the privacy that our sauna provides us. And it's right off the exit at Old Derby Street. So it's pretty convenient compared to coming down here into the landing. So membership does have its privileges. If you're interested in joining our church, go to pcsam.org. We do have a yearly membership, which saves you like 2 months a year. And then we have a family membership for up to 6 people. So we do appreciate everybody who has become a member in the last couple of months. Thank you again, and come down to Soul Saturday and raise the vibration with us with our DJ service this week. DJ Mary Ann never disappoints. We do even have a couple little video game machines here if you really do want to get out of the house with the kids. They have something to do, so you can have a minute. Anything else that I'm missing that we haven't told the people?
I think that's about it. Yeah.
All right, well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see some of you down here at 63 Washington Street this week to raise the vibration with us. Thank you.
Exactly.